Hey everyone, Felicia Wilson here with Care Talk. I want to talk about different types of caregivers. There are primary caregivers and secondary caregivers. Well, what's the difference? A primary caregiver is the person who is there day in, day out, providing hands on care. This is most likely the person that your aging loved one lives with or who lives in close proximity and is able to provide that consistent assistance. This is the person that typically is charged with making sure that everything is happening, that meals are prepared, doctor's appointments are scheduled, uh, medications are taken, everything is on that primary caregiver. This is why it's so important that secondary caregivers are there to support primary caregivers. A secondary caregiver is someone who may be family or friend, but you provide support for that primary caregiver. You may make sure that the grocery shopping is done, or you may arrange transportation to the doctor's appointment, or you may offer to stay with your aging loved one so that the primary caregiver can have some downtime, some alone time. It's important to know who your loved one's primary and secondary caregivers are so that that support system can come together and make sure that the elder receives what they need in order to maintain a positive quality of life. In the end, if the primary caregiver is supported and is receiving help however that help is offered, sometimes financial help is needed, other times it's truly just I'll stay with mom and dad so you can go away for the weekend. But secondary caregivers, don't think that just because you're not in the thick of it day in and day out, that you're not necessary or useful. You are vital for the ongoing care of your aging loved one because ultimately you provide that much needed support for the primary caregiver. Primary caregivers, you must talk to your secondary caregivers. If they're not in the home, they may not know all of the stress that you're managing. A lot of times they're completely clueless because they're not in the thick of it day to day. You must communicate primary caregivers to the secondary caregivers so that everyone can be on the same page and this process can be made just a little bit easier. I hope you understand the difference and the importance of primary and secondary caregivers. We need everybody on the same page, on the same team, so that we can address those things that come up in caregiving. Until next time, take care.